There are a few things that I like that have a k sound at the start of them. One is cup of tea, another is Kit Kat, a third is cake, and of course we have Kraken. And this is Kraken 115 in the Tier 3 British premium battleship, the Agincourt. Set 'em up, knock 'em down. It's been a long time since I played this ship. It's sat in port mostly. We get dropped into ring with Capture the Base. It's a Tier 3, Tier 4 game, so it's not exactly like we're clubbing, but there are a few challenges out there, like some nimble cruisers, long-range torpedoes, and a very stealthy Danae. But we'll get to him eventually. Now, a lot of people are looking at the screen, at the good TONIK. You're in reverse at the start of a game. What are you doing? Well, this is actually a trick that somebody taught me about the Agincourt, which used to be a very good battleship until such time as aircraft carriers got dropped into this game because, like the Agincourt, you have 0 AA. But I get lucky in this one, and we don't have an aircraft carrier. But what I'm also not going to have on this flank is any support, really, for a large part of the game. So we are going to reverse because we have 4 turrets to the rear, and we're going to reverse slowly towards the enemy. It's a bit like going over the top and charging time and time and time again at the enemy trenches. But what I'm looking for is the fact that my support is disappearing into the middle of the map. So what I'm going to do is reverse slowly towards the enemy team, so that if I need to, I can get my engines going forward and get out of here and kite and still have at least 4 turrets on the red team ships. Now we have a Kuma pushing in, we have an Omaha pushing in, and that Omaha is a very, very smart player. Now, because I haven't played the Agincourt in a very, very long time, it takes me a while to get my eye in on these guns because it's a very slow reload, and they do seem to have quite a slow velocity towards the target. And that Kuma is probably thinking, am I in the wrong place now? Can I get to cover before this guy gets his guns reloaded? Now, the answer to that is yes, because I still haven't got my eye in, and looking at where those shells are going, I think the majority of them are going to land behind him. But we do slap him for a citadel shot. The Omaha is very agile and he's very speedy. He's obviously learned the hard way from sailing in a straight line and getting deleted that he must keep moving and use all the turrets available to him. Now, I'm just looking there and I'm thinking, oh yeah, my secondaries are 7.5 Ks. I'm still backing up to this Kuma. I've still got my guns reloading. The Omaha is there, but we go onto the Kuma and we are going to get him out of the game for our first kill. Really, should I have kept some guns available for the Omaha? I could have given him a tickle as well. But he is going to kite away. I am going to let the fires burn, because the minute I put these fires out, Mr. Omaha there is just going to light me on fire again, and he can outrange me. So I've got 2 options: either close him, which is dangerous because he's got torpedoes, and watch that, we fire the salvo and he turns straight out of it again. There we go. He knows how to avoid incoming fire, and like I said, those shells just seem to hang in the air forever. So rather than get burned to death, we let that fire burn out, because fire damage can be healed. And we're still looking at him. He's pretty much on the limit of range. We're going to try another salvo on him, but he knows it's coming. I think he's got my reload gauged. We're going to have a look. Can we? No, it's too far. It's too far. So I noticed there's a destroyer in the center of the map, so I ping the team to let them be aware. And all the time while I'm playing this, I'm actually keeping an eye on what's going on the other side of the map. and we have taken out 2 red team ships. To our 1, however, we lose another ship, and that becomes even Stevens. So I'm going to now start reversing again, and I get spotted. I tell people I've been spotted. The destroyer is going to chase after that Omaha. Now, I've seen that guy in a destroyer before, and yeah, his play's been questionable. But such is the case. We don't get to choose our teammates. And I know he's going to go out there and try and spot him, but you know, he's out of range, and I'm like, you know, come on back, buddy. I am talking to the team on the microphone, and I'm saying, look, don't chase him. All he's going to do is kite you away. And then I get spotted and something gets detected, and I'm like, oh, what's that over there? It's the Dunny. He has been skirting the side of the map. I don't know what he was thinking of doing, pushing out that far on his own. Perhaps he was thinking of sneaking in and getting his torpedoes on me, because there are torpedoes come at me at some point in this little engagement. Now I can see that the Omaha is limit of range. The destroyer is playing Ring of Roses with him around that little island. A couple of cruisers have come this way. I think the other flank was being pushed a little bit too hard for them, so they've decided to turn around and come this way. Now Mr. Danny there, he's obviously put his torpedoes out. He's now going to turn and try and close distance and get some more torpedoes out, and with the intuition that those torpedoes are likely aimed to where I was heading in reverse, I am now going to pull forwards, and at the same time we're going to shoot him in the face. Sorry Danny, you were never ever going to survive that one. So we get our engines going forward, we've got our guns to the, we're looking at switching our guns over, and you'll notice that we have now 2 cruisers and a destroyer that are chasing the Omaha. And on mic, I say to those guys, don't chase the Omaha. He's so far back, he's taken himself out of the game. All he is doing is kiting you away. We need to defend our capture point, because there's only 1 battleship left on the other side of the map, and he is running away as fast as he can because he's being chased by the Ishi, by a Kirov, and I think it's a furry taco. And I know that there's a lot of HE spam involved in that, and he is probably going to get burnt to the ground. So I decide that I am going to push back to defend our capture point. I'm not the fastest ship in the world, but that is what I'm going to do, as our Wyoming gets burned out by the Kirov, as expected. I've been up on the mic again. I'm telling these guys, please come back, defend the cap. And the Fiji actually gives me a negative. Why he gives me a negative, I don't know. It's a sensible thing to do here. There are 4 ships left on each team. We have got 3 ships now chasing 1 to the back of the map. The Omaha is playing smart. He's obviously got his head screwed on the right way, which can't be said for the other 3 guys left on blue team. So I may very well be going on a suicide run here by running back to defend our cap, but to defend our cap I must, because although there is a small chance that those 3 might pick up that Omaha and be able to sail into the capture point, there is no guarantee that red team aren't going to get into our capture point completely uncontested. So as I come round the corner here, back onto our cap, I see the Isizuchi. I also see a Kirov, and I also see a furry taco. They've all seen me too, which means that I'm now the centre of attention on 3 sets of gunfire. 2 HE spammers, there's some long-range torpedoes there, and I decide that what I need to do is try and angle as best as I can to the Ishi, get my guns on those and close them down to get my secondaries onto them. And I've got no option but to let these fires burn. There we go. The furry is in range. I hit my secondary booster, which is going to run for just over 30 seconds, and I'm going to try and let the secondaries take care of that furry taco like that, while I get ready to take care of the Kirov. Now I only fire 5 turrets. He thinks he survived. I get a high caliber. He goes back to port. Because I hadn't fired that last turret, that counts as a dev strike. I know there's torpedoes coming. There they are. So now I am facing off against the Ishizuchi as 2 of the 3 are still chasing that Omaha around the map rather than stay undetected and head straight for the capture point. I think the destroyer is trying to get in and torpedo him or go in guns on him for a smoke screen. But let's forget about them for now, because I am on 4 kills. And 4 kills is only 1 away from a Kraken. But that Ishi has a few more hit points than I, so what I need to do is close him down again and let these secondaries do some work. These guns have a very slow reload, but the good thing is there's lots of them. Now I fire that salvo off and realise that he's done what I was doing earlier. He was backing up. He's now just engaged forward speed, and yeah, he's going to start knocking some chunks off me. I'm going to try and stay at an angle where I can keep as many secondaries on him as possible. Our destroyer has made it to red team's cap. The Omaha is going to close him down, but having fired his front turrets, he's turning for his back, and the Ishi is taking a trip back to port after blessing me with Kraken number 115 and a beautiful, devastating strike. Thank you very much, Ishizuchi. You're an absolute star. And thank you to Blue Team for chasing the Omaha all the way across the map and just leaving more targets for me to shoot at. Now that Omaha is not dumb, he's taken care of the destroyer. It doesn't appear that he's lost many hit points since the last time that I fired at him. But he knows he's being targeted. I lose sight of him momentarily. I'm hoping that the 2 cruisers can pick him up, but he knows, I think he's keeping an eye on the map as well. He knows that I'm going to be coming around this corner, and at range, these guns have absolutely a god-awful dispersion when you're running a secondary build. So we see him out there. He's almost on the limit of range, but not quite. But he is turning away again. He has played that ship beautifully, because 90% of the time you see an Omaha in a game, be it at tier 3-4 or tier 4-5, they're normally gone in the first 3 minutes, because they are an absolute pinata if you can land a shot on them. We've got to get one more chance at a reload. I know that if he gets the opportunity, he is going to set me on fire again. And he is indeed going to get that opportunity, but not before he's dealt with the furry taco. Now he's turning out, he's using his speed to get away from me. I'm going to try one last volley, but you'll notice that as soon as I fire, he's turning, and he is going to be out of range. That's the last salvo we're going to get at him, but he's going to do the thing where he's a winning loser, because he is going to pop a shot at us in the last few seconds of the game like that. But it's too late. It is game over. And there we have it, Kraken 115 with 2 dev strikes, a high caliber, close quarters, 126,500 damage. Not bad, close to 100 secondary hits, but as far as base XP goes, I think we absolutely trolley everybody on our team. In fact, red team, the Kirov and the Omaha beat pretty much everybody else on our team. I hope you've liked that one. It wasn't too cheesy being a tier 3. I did have to work for it, but I think I did a good job. Hang around, click one of these links, smash the like button, leave me a comment, and if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and goodbye.